and align our workpiece. And this ensures that our cuts are aligned with our jig, so that when we continue cutting, the pattern lines up. Now that the board's fully cut, we can unclamp it from the jig. And we've successfully cut a board that's wider than the Dovetail Jig. So we're now going to cut the pins portion of the joint. So we'll take our second board and clamp it loosely on the left side of the jig. And we're going to set the depth gauge to the thickness of the tails portion of the joint. It's always wise to set it a little deeper so that when the joint is finished you can sand it flush. And again, we align both sides to ensure that the plate is parallel. And we tighten it into position. Now, to ensure that the tops of both boards are aligned, we insert the tails into the teeth on the bottom of the depth plate. And we align both edges so that they're flush. Now, after we cut the pins, the wood will be perfectly aligned. So when cutting this portion of the joint, the router will be touching the surface of the depth plate. So it's easiest to clamp the workpiece to your table in this orientation. Yeah, you can also mount it on the table in this orientation, which would allow you to cut the wood upright. Now we'll be cutting the pins portion of the joint. And now we unclamp it from the table and loosen the jig. And we test the fit of our joint. If the fit of the joint is a little tight for your liking, you can adjust the depth of your cutting bit. So on the depth plate, when setting the cutter depth, you can make the cutter bit deeper, which will make a tighter joint. Or you can set it higher up in the wood, which would make a looser joint. You can also use this jig on a router table using the exact same setup we showed earlier. So you'll want to align the tails up with the teeth on the depth adjustment plate with the rounded edges facing inward. Then you'll adjust the pins board so the two edges that you want aligned are flush with each other. And then clamp in the tails portion of the joint to your jig. For the second cut, we'll again be using the face of the depth adjustment plate touching the router table.